Hello and welcome to our webinar, How to Run Your Field Service Like a Pro and Wow Your Customers Every Time. This is the second webinar in our Organilog webinar series, where we share valuable insights and tips for field service businesses that want to grow and thrive. My name is Thao and I'm the business manager at Organilog, the simple and affordable field service management solution for small and medium-sized businesses. I'm very excited to be your host for this webinar. In this webinar, we will cover the following points. First, the most common pain points in field service management. Second, understanding consistencies in field service delivery. And the third point is run your business like a pro to transform the way you manage your field service operations. We will also have a live Q&A session at the end of the webinar, where you can ask us any questions you have about Organilog or field service management in general. If you have any questions during the webinar, just feel free to type them in the chat box, and we will try to answer as many as possible. So thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this webinar and find this useful for your business. Now let's get started. So as a field service business owner or manager, you know how challenging it can be to run your field service operations smoothly and efficiently. You have to deal with many issues and problems every day that can affect your business performance and customer satisfaction. So in this part of this webinar, we will discuss some of the most common pain points in field service management and how they can impact your business. We will also share some tips and best practices on how to overcome them. So you can see on the screen that we just list down 5 most common pain points that we study from our customers over the last 10 years of our business. So now I will just go from first to the last one, so that you can have the overview of the most common pain point, and somehow you can maybe you can see yourself in there. So just feel free to go through that with me, and then after that you can also give your opinions or any concerns in the chat box, so later we can discuss about that. So the first pain point we will talk about is scheduling and dispatching. This is one of the most critical and complex aspects of field service management. It involves assigning the right person to the right job at the right time and location. So scheduling and dispatching can be a headache for many field service managers, especially if you have a large number of staff, customers, or jobs to manage. So you may face challenges such as lack of visibility into your team's members, availability, skills, and location, or difficulty in balancing workload, travel time, and customer preferences, or inability to adapt to changing customer demands, emergencies, or cancellation. Or wasted time and resources due to inefficient routes or double bookings. So these challenges can lead to poor customer delivery, low productivity, high cost, and unhappy customers. So to avoid these problems, you need a smart and flexible scheduling and dispatching system that can help you to optimize your field service operations. Let's move on to the second pain point, which is first-time fix rate. So this is one of the most important metrics for measuring your field service quality and efficiency. It shows how often you are able to solve the customer's problems on the first visit by a team member. A high first-time fix rate means that you are able to provide fast and effective solution to your customers without requiring multiple visits or additional resources. So this can result in high customer satisfaction, loyalty, and retention. And a low first-time fix rate means that you are unable to provide satisfactory solutions to your customers on the first visit, which can lead to frustration, dissatisfaction, and churn. And it can also increase your operational costs due to repeat visits, overtime pay, or parts replacement or lost revenue. So some of the factors that can affect your first-time fix rate that we find is that first, it can be from lack of proper diagnosis or information about the customer issues. The second factor can be lack of adequate skills or training for your team members. Third can be lack of access to the right tools or parts for the job. And the last factor can also be the lack of communication or support from your office staff or experts. So to improve the first-time fix rate, you need to equip your field team with the right knowledge, tools, and support that they need to complete their jobs successfully. And the third pain point we will talk about is the communication with customers. So this is one of the most essential and challenging aspects of field service management. It involves keeping your customers informed and engaged throughout the service journey. It involves sending them timely and relevant messages about their service appointments, such as confirmation, reminders, updates, feedback, or invoices. So communication with customers is crucial for building strong relationships and delivering exceptional customer service. So it can also help you to set the clear expectation and avoid misunderstandings or reduce no-shows and cancellations. At the same time, it also enhances your customer satisfaction and loyalty, and also increase customer retention and referrals. So, however, the communication with customers can also be difficult and time-consuming, especially if you have to do it manually. For example, send emails or texts or calls to each customers. So you may also face issues such as inconsistent or inaccurate information, or delay or missed messages, and a lack of personalization or customization, and also the difficulty in tracking and measuring the effectiveness of your communication. So to overcome these challenges, you need a reliable and automated communication system that can help you to communicate with your customers effectively and efficiently. Let's move on to the fourth common pain point, which is performance management. So this is one of the most important and complex aspects of field service management. It involves measuring and improving the performance of your field service operations, such as productivity, efficiency, quality, or profitability. It involves collecting, analyzing, and reporting data on various aspects of your field service activity, such as number of jobs completed, cancelled, or rescheduled, or average time to complete a job, or travel time, or idle time. First-time fixed rates, or customer satisfaction rates, and most importantly is the revenue generated or costs incurred and profits margin. So performance management is essential for optimizing your field service operations and achieve your business goal. It can help you to identify your strengths and weaknesses. Also monitor your progress and results, and evaluate your performance against your benchmark or competitors. It also makes you have to have more informed decisions and take corrective actions. However, performance management can also be difficult and complex, especially if you have to manually collect, organize, and analyze data from different sources. You may face the challenges that lack of visibility or transparency into your field service activities, or incomplete or inaccurate data. You may also lack of tools or skills to create reports on dashboard. So to simplify and streamline your performance management process, you need to a powerful and intuitive analytic system that can help you measure and improve your field service performance. And last but not least is inventory management. So this is the process of managing your stocks of parts, materials, or equipment that you need for the field service job. It involves tracking, ordering, storing, and distributing your inventory across your locations and vehicles. So inventory management is important for ensuring that you have the right parts at the right place and at the right time for your field service jobs. So it can help you reduce downtime or delays due to missing or fault parts, or increase the first-time fixed rates and customer satisfaction. It's going to help you to optimize the inventory levels and avoid overstocking or understocking. In the end, it's helped you to save costs on inventory purchase and storage or transportation. However, the inventory management can also be challenging and costly, especially if you have to manually track or order or refill your inventory. And to overcome these challenges, you need an efficient and automated inventory management system that can help you to manage your inventory effectively and accurately. So out of these 5 pain points, what do you find is your biggest challenge? Or just feel free to type in the chat box any other pain points that you may have, and later on we can discuss at the end of the webinar. So in the first part, we've discussed some of the most common pain points of field service management, such as scheduling, dispatching, communication, and customer satisfaction. So in this part, we will focus on how to overcome these challenges by achieving consistency in your field service delivery. In this part, we will cover 3 key points. First, what is consistency? Second, why consistency is important, and how to improve consistency in field service delivery. So let's start with the first point. What is consistency? So consistency means that delivering the same high quality service to every customers every time, regardless of location, time, or complexity of the job. So it means that meeting or exceeding customer expectations and following the best practices and standards in your industry. It can also mean that having a clear and consistent process for planning, executing, and evaluating your field service operation. So consistency is not only about doing things right, but also doing the right things. It means aligning your field service goals with your business objectives and customer needs. It means having a shared vision and a mission for your field service team and ensuring that everyone understands their roles and responsibilities. After like over 10 years working with many different customers, we realize that it's also for many small businesses, it's easier to manage your consistency in field service delivery. But when if you intend to grow your company bigger, it will also be more challenging to keep the consistency, because at that point you have to manage more staff, more jobs. So it's, of course, when your company is small, it's easier to do it manually. But when it's bigger, you have to have a proper system so that you can control and also manage each staff performance, and also have a proper report to the customer, so you can keep track on the history of the activities that you delivered, and also like to see customer expectation, and so that you can also try to meet or exceed or improve your field service in the future. So why consistency is important? So there are several reasons. I'm sure that you also have some idea about that. I just have you to summarize it here, why consistency is important. So consistency have to build trust and loyalty with your customers. When you deliver consistent service, you show your customers that you care about their needs and that you are reliable and professional. You can also reduce the risk of errors, delays, or complaints that can damage your reputation and customer satisfaction. Consistencies also have to improve the efficiency and productivity of your field service operations. So when you have a consistent process, you reduce waste and variability of your operations. You can also increase the predictability and visibility of your field service performance. You can better plan, allocate, and optimize your resources and assets. You can also measure and improve your key performance indicators, such as service level agreements or first-time fixed rates or net promoter score. Consistency also have to enhance innovation and growth in your field service business. When you have a consistent process, you automatically create a culture of continuous improvement and learning in your field service team. You can identify and implement best practices and standards across your organization. You can also leverage data and insights from your field service operation to innovate and create new value proposition for your customers. So just to sum up, when you have a consistent quality in your service delivery, your customers it can help you to increase for sure the customer loyalty and retention in a way that when the customers order or book a service from you, they know exactly what they're gonna receive, and that makes them like come back to you. So that is it can be very easy to understand, but it's also very hard to achieve. And if you run the field service business already, it's important that you set the standard of your business, of your service first, and then after that you just build on that standard and ask on your staff to follow the consistent service and process. So it will help you to develop slowly the habit of working or cultures in your team, and after that you can build the reputation and also your image with the customers. So how can you achieve consistency in practice? So this brings us to the next point: how to improve consistencies in field service delivery. There are many different ways to do this, but based on our experience of working with field service businesses, we have found that the most practical and easy way to implement is to use technology, especially specifically a suitable field service management solution. And I will explain more about this in the next part of this webinar, along with some other tips to help you transform your business. And this also, I understand that is the main point, it's the main part of our webinar today. So if you have any other questions regarding the consistency and the importance of consistency, just also feel free to share your opinions in the chat box. So we move to our main part of the webinar today: how to run your business like a pro. We will help you to transform the way you manage your field service operation. So first, as I mentioned in the previous part, is the most practical and easy way to implement is to use technology to your advantage. So what technology should you use, and what features do you need for your business? And so once you know that what software solution you use, and you can make sure that you are using them to their full potential. For example, if you use a field service management software like Organilog that offers features such as scheduling, dispatching, invoicing, and reporting, you can use it to streamline your workflow and optimize your resources and improve your productivity. So how can technology improve your team's efficiency? Once you know how you can use technology to improve your team efficiency, you can make changes that will save your team time and money. For example, if you can use technology to automate tasks, such as sending reminders, generating invoices, or updating records, so you can reduce human errors and save time. If you can use technology to track inventory, such as parts, tools, consumables, and you can avoid stock outs and wastage. If you can use technology to communicate with your customers, such as sending status updates, confirming appointments, or collecting feedback, you can enhance your customers' satisfaction and loyalty. Once you know how you can use technology to improve your team's customer service, you can make changes that make your customers happier. For example, you can use technology such as you can see on the screen right here is a client portal that have to provide your customers with status updates, such as when your field team will arrive, what your team members is doing, or when the service is completed. You can increase your customer trust and transparency. If you can use technology to track customer satisfaction, such as surveys, ratings, or reviews, you can measure customer satisfaction and identify areas for improvement. If you can also use technology to resolve customers' issues, such as using video conferencing or chatbots or self-service portals like what you can see here, you can provide customers the faster and easier solution for your customers' problems. Using a mobile app can also allow your team members to access information and resources needed to their job. This will have increased convenience, reduce this paperwork, and enhances performance. So to sum up, field service management software like Organilog can help you improve field service consistency in a number of ways. Here are some of the most important ways. Automating tasks. Field service management software can automate many of the tasks involved in field service, such as scheduling appointments, ordering parts, and generating reports. This frees up your teams to focus on resolving issues, which can have to improve their consistency. For example, if you notice that some teams spend more time on paperwork than others, you can reduce their administrative workload by using a field service management solution. Second advantage is communicating with clients. Field service management software can help you to communicate with customers throughout the service process. This includes sending out appointment reminders, providing status updates, and collecting customer feedback. This helps to ensure that customers are kept informed and satisfied with the service they receive. For example, if you notice that some customers give lower satisfaction rating than others, you can follow up with them and address their concern. Third is managing inventory. Field service management software can help you to manage your inventory of parts and supplies. This ensures that your team have the parts they need to resolve issues quickly and efficiently. For example, if you notice that some teams run out of parts more often than others, or any of the parts run out more quickly than the others, you can adjust their inventory levels or reorder frequency. And also very important part is providing insights. So field service management software can provide you with insights into your field service operations. This includes data on response time, customer satisfaction, and cost per service call. This information can be used to identify areas where your team can improve their consistency and make better decisions about how to allocate resources. For example, if you notice that some regions have higher costs per service call than others, you can analyze the data and find ways to reduce your costs. This for long term is you can see if you can also see the growth patterns of your field service, and then after that you can have make more informed decision on the development of your business as well. So these are some of these main advantages that a field service management software can have your business. So I also understand that for at the beginning, when you implement, many customers hesitate to implement the field service to adopt the field service management because it takes time to set up the account and for you to get used to not doing on your paperwork manually. But now you can have to set up everything and get things ready and make yourself familiar with the software. So it can also take time, but that's why it's important that you can choose the good companies, the good solution that can help you to get started with the software and to accompany you along the way that when you adopt the technology. So I see one question here from one of our attendees, but I wouldn't go back to the customer to the question at the end of the session. Thank you for your question, by the way. So let's move on to the second strategy to help you to deliver the consistency in field service management, that which is set clear goals and expectations. So to do this, you need to answer the following questions. What is the purpose of field service team? So are they responsible for providing preventive maintenance, fixing breakdowns, or both? Once you know the purpose of your team, you can set goals and expectations that are aligned with that purpose. For example, if your team is responsible for providing preventive maintenance, you can set goals and expectations related to the frequency and quality of maintenance visits. If your team is responsible for fixing breakdowns, you can set goals and expectations to related to the speed and accuracy of the repairs. So it varies. So you need to really study to understand the purpose of your field service team so that you can set the right clear goals and expectations. So what are the second question should be, what are your current performance metrics? So what are your response times, customer satisfaction rating, and cost per service call? So once you know your current performance metrics, you can set goals and that will help you to improve your team's performance. For example, if your current response time is 4 hours, you can set a goal to reduce it to 2 hours, for example, or just make it like gradually. First is 2 to 3 hours, and then 3.5, and then 2. So if your current customer satisfaction rating is 80%, which is not bad, but it's not great, you can set a goal to increase your customer satisfaction rating to 90%. And if your current cost per service call is $150, for example, you can also set a goal to reduce it to $100. Of course, you need to have first to have the performance metrics, and then after that you have to calculate like what is the current situation now, and then after that you base on your goal, the target, and you set I would say feasible target to for your performance. So the third question that you have to ask about your business is that what are your team's strengths and weaknesses? So what are they good at? What do they need to improve on? And once you know your team's strengths and weaknesses, you can set goals that help them to improve their skills and knowledge. For example, if your team is good at troubleshooting equipment, you can set a goal to maintain or increase their troubleshooting skills. If your team needs to improve on communication with your customers, you can set a goal to provide them with training on customer service skills. So that is a very simple example. Like you need to address the weaknesses or the strengths, and the goal is not only to reduce the weaknesses, but also to maintain, to improve as well the strength of your team. And the third and the last questions should be, how will you measure your team's progress? So what metrics that you use to track your team progress toward their goals? Once you know how you will measure your team's progress, you can set goals that are realistic and achievable. For example, if you want to measure your team's response time, you can use a field service management software that records the time between receiving and completing a service call. Or if you want to measure your team's customer satisfaction ratings, you can use a survey tool that collects feedback from your customers after each service visit. Or if you want to measure your team cost per service call, you can use an accounting software that tracks the expenses and revenues of each service call. I can also give you some examples of clear goals and expectations for field service team. For example, if your goal is to reduce the average response time to 2 hours, and so the measurement should be a field service management software that records the response time for each service call. And then you can also take a random call that like check the random call, the quality of that call, to see which, like to make it a case study, which can improve and which can be maintained, so that it can help you to have a lesson learned, and also the a standard of your service call in general. Another things that another example that I give before was increase your customer satisfaction ratings to 90%. So you can use a survey tool that collects customer feedback in each visit, and after that you can study like what they is. Of course, you can also set up your own questionnaires surveys, so that you can have a better understanding about what they happy with and what they are not satisfied with. And then after that, you can use that to improve your performance. And next is about providing training and development. So to provide training and development, there's also many different factors that you need to address. So based on what we discussed in the previous part, you can know what skills and knowledge do your field service team needs, and what products that and services do they need to be familiar with. Once you know what skills and knowledge your teams needs, you can provide them the training they need to be successful. For example, if your teams need to be familiar with new products or service or cleaning technique, for example, that you offer, you can provide them with a training session that cover the features and benefits of the product and service. If your team needs to be familiar with a new software or tool that they use, you can provide them with a training session that cover how to use the software and tools effectively. So training is also a very important part to maintain the consistency in the field service delivery. Then that's something that you should make a proper schedule on the training schedule for the team members. And it's also have to improve the connection between you and your team and also other team members, so that it can be an occasion for your team to share the knowledge and experience. So what training methods that are most effective for your team? So that's also the question that you need to answer when you plan the training session for your team. So some teams prefer the classroom training, while others prefer online training or on-the-job training. Once you know that the training methods are most effective for your team, you can choose the training methods that will be most beneficial for them. For example, if your teams prefer classroom training, you can organize a workshop or seminar that covers the topics that they need to learn. So if your team prefer online training, which is quite common recently, you can also create or enroll them in an e-learning course that covers the topics that they need to learn. If your team prefer on-the-job training, you can pair them up with a more experienced team or more experienced team member who can mentor them and show them how to do the job. And this, I want to make it more specific for you in the way that, you know, like many managers and business owner, they take the responsibility to train the staff, but sometimes it's not the best often that you can do. Actually, the most efficient option that you can choose is that you train other people, but let also other team members to train each other. So you don't have to take too much of your time on doing the training things, but also like to give others people to have the opportunity to like more experience to train to the less experienced one. And this also helps them to review their the training that you gave them, but also more importantly, it's to save time for yourself, so that you can have time to do better management for operation for your team. So that is also one thing that many of our customers share with us, that they they don't have time to do many things because they have to take care of the training. But the advice that we give them is that it's better that you just have some time to train some of the experienced staff, and then after that just let them train each other. And it's also have to develop the connection and also the consistency in a way for your team. And also, after you give the training for your team, how will you measure the effectiveness of your training programs? So what metrics will you use to track the progress of your teams? And once you know how you will measure the effectiveness of your training program, you can make sure that your training program is meeting your needs. For example, if you want to measure the effectiveness of your training program, you can use a pre-test or post-test to assess the knowledge and skills of your teams before and after the training. You can also use feedback forms or interviews to collect their opinions and suggestions on the training program. So to sum up, provide training and development is a crucial part in your team performance improvement. So it's important that you have a proper training program which also suitable for that meet the needs of your team first. And the second is that you have the right training method. And the last, the third point is that you have to know how to measure it, so that you can also improve it in the future, and also to see which part can have which training have to improve the most the team performance, so that you can use it in more again in the future. So we move to the last part of how to run your field service like a pro. Is also very important is that taking care of your team's mental environments. So this is about motivate and reward your team. So to motivate and reward your team, it's important to answer that what can motivate your field team. Do they want to be recognized for their hard work, or do they want to earn bonuses? So once you know what motivates your teams, you can create a reward program that will motivate them to do their best. For example, if your teams want to be recognized for their hard work, you can give them a verbal prize or a written recognition for their achievements. If your teams want to earn bonuses, you can give them monetary incentives or gifts cards for meeting or exceeding their goals. And how will you recognize your team's hard work? Will you give them a verbal compliment, or you give them a written recognition, or will you give them bonuses? Once you know you will recognize your team's hard work, you can make sure that they feel appreciated and valued. For example, if you want to give them verbal praise, you can call them and meet them in person and thank them for their efforts. If you want to give them written recognition, you can send them an email or a letter of appreciation, or publish their success stories in a newsletter or a website. Or if you want to give them bonuses, you can send them a check or a gift card, or deposit money in for. So this one is also, this part, motivate and reward your team, is also very important to make sure that your team feel appreciated and feel that they are a part of the company. And it's also have them feel proud and know that their effort is recognized. Is also have them to contribute more on your service performance and have them to continue their good work. So I hope that I know that many companies not really good at this, but I just want to keep this as the last part of our session today, to remind you that this is also a very important part, apart from using the best technique, best software solution, best training and development program. It's also very helpful from time to time to recognize and to give a good price for your team, so that they can feel that their contribution is valued and appreciated. And this whole thing will help your business to deliver better and also consistent service to your customers. So we have reached the end of our webinar, and we hope that you enjoy it. Now we would like to open the floor for any questions you may have. So you can feel free to enter your questions in the chat box, and we will respond them as soon as we can. I will take a look at some of the questions here. Okay, so we have first question. If you are not happy with your current software, you should consider for an end-to-end custom field service also provide robust white label program. And then, thank you very much for your suggestion. I'm sure that at the moment, as I also mentioned in the session that we shared, that there's many different software solution, like field service management solution, that can help you to manage, to streamline your operation. And it's good that you can, but it's important that you choose the right one. And we also have from time to time some blog posts on our website to tell you, like to guide you which criteria that you can look at when you want to look for a field service management solution. So thank you for your suggestion. And we also have another question here, is about the metrics that you can use to evaluate your team's performance. So I have the private question here. Yes, so as I mentioned in our session before, there's some of the very important metrics that you can use to measure, to evaluate your team's performance. I can name, for example, is the first time fixed rate, or is the service level agreements, or the response times for your service. So these are some of the very important key metrics that help you to evaluate the team performance, to see how efficient and effective or productive that your team work on a service. And with that, you know that for field service management, like Organilog, it can help you to see have an overview of all these key metrics, and it's also help you to look at the metric and to calculate based on different time frame, like weekly, or bi-weekly or monthly or even annually, so that you can have a very good insights of your business, and so that you can have a chance to improve your business or to see what you can do best or make the informed decision for your business. So that's it for the Q&A session. And if you have any further questions, just feel free to send an email to us, and we will be happy to assist you with any concerns or any questions that you may have for Organilog or field service management in general. So thank you for attending our webinar today and for your insightful questions. We hope that you gained some valuable knowledge and tips for your business. So if you would like to receive a record of today's webinar, please leave your email in the chat box, or just feel free to email us. We will send you after the webinar. Or if you want to get more information or suggestion to us about the next webinar topics, please reach us through our website or our social media channels. We'd love to hear from you soon. And have a great day and goodbye.